On June 12, 2025, it was a routine flight to London Gatwick. Air India Flight 171, a 12-year-old Boeing 787 Dreamliner, lifted off from Ahmedabad's Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport, but just 30 seconds later, security footage captured it struggling to climb. The plane pitched up, then plummeted 1.5 kilometers from the runway into BJ Medical College Hostel, sparking a massive fire. Of the 241 passengers and crew on board, plus dozens on the ground, over 270 perished. The lone survivor, Vishwas Kumar Ramesh, a 40-year-old British citizen seated near an emergency exit who escaped when part of the wreckage broke open. This isn't the first time Ahmedabad has faced such a tragedy. 37 years ago, a similar crash scarred the city. Today, we'll dive into what happened, explore the safety of Indian Airlines, assess their global standing, and investigate Boeing's role in the catastrophe. What went wrong? The flight crew's Mayday call reported a loss of power and thrust. By June 15th, both black boxes combining flight data and cockpit voice recordings were recovered. Early findings released on June 18th point to the ram air turbine or RAT being active before impact. The RAT is an emergency backup that kicks in during major power failures, hinting at a possible engine or electrical issue. India's Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau, with help from the US and UK, is still piecing it together, but the focus is on the potential engine failure. In 1988, Indian Airlines Flight 113 crashed on approach, killing 133. Dr. Hasmukh Patel, a student during that disaster and now an MLA, rushed to help in both tragedies. He called it a haunting déjà vu. Adding to the eerie nature of this tragedy, the date of the crash, 12/06/25, includes the number 1206, which happens to be the favorite number of the former Chief Minister.
Vijay Rupani is believed to have considered the number 1206 his lucky number. This number featured on his vehicle number plates as well, and the number also turned out to be the date of the fateful crash.
While this is purely coincidental, it adds a layer of mystery to an already haunting event. Let's zoom out. How safe are India's airlines? AirlineRatings.com gives us a mixed bag for 2025. SpiceJet scores a perfect 7 out of 7 stars. Indigo gets 6 despite some incidents, thanks to skilled crew responses. But Air India, just 4. Air India Express, a troubling 2. Dragged down by a 2020 crash in Kozhikode that killed 21, these ratings factor in past accidents, crew performance, and crucially, India's national oversight, which has been inconsistent by ICAO audits. Safety isn't just about planes, it's about the system. The Directorate General of Civil Aviation, or DGCA, India's safety regulator, is running on fumes with a 53% vacancy rate as of 2024. That's a skeleton crew trying to oversee a booming industry. Then there's infrastructure. Airports like Mumbai and Delhi are overcrowded, and Ahmedabad's runway has long been flagged for hazards like urban encroachment. Add pilot fatigue from shortages and long hours, and you have got a recipe for risk. The Ahmedabad crash didn't happen in a vacuum. These cracks have been widening for years. On the world stage, Indian Airlines aren't shining. Skytrack's 2025 rankings show no Indian carrier in the top 10. Indigo, the low-cost giant, hits 39th globally and 3rd among budget airlines, a regional star. Air India limps in at 84th, up from 90th last year. Regionally, Indigo dominates South Asia, but full-service carriers like Air India flag far behind global leaders like Qatar Airways. High costs are a big culprit. Aviation turbine fuel taxes, up to 25% in places like Delhi, make up to 40 to 50% of operating expenses. Airport charges pile on, and India's weak maintenance, repair, and overhaul ecosystem forces airlines to send planes overseas for fixes, jacking up costs and downtime. Military controlled airspace and packed airports like Mumbai, with one runway handling 45 flights an hour, mean delays and inefficiency. Growth is booming. 13% more passengers in 2023-24, but the system's buckling under the weight. Now, let's talk Boeing. Flight 171 was a Boeing 787 Dreamliner. Modern, efficient, trusted, yet it crashed. The RAT's activation suggests a power failure, but was it the plane or how it was maintained? The DGCA ordered inspections of Air India's Dreamliner fleet post-crash, finding no major design flaws but flagging maintenance-related issues. Boeing's cooperating with the investigation, and no fleet-wide grounding has been called yet. Boeing's a big player here. Air India betting big on Dreamliners for its long-haul rebirth under Tata ownership. But if maintenance or oversight falters, even the best tech can fail. India's MRO woes, high costs, few facilities mean planes might not get the care they need. This crash raises a question. Is the problem with Boeing's planes or with how India keeps them flying? So what does the Ahmedabad crash reveal? It's a spotlight on a system stretched thin. India's aviation is soaring. More passengers, new airports, but safety and efficiency are lagging. Weak oversight, crumbling infrastructure, and high costs are holding it back. Boeing's tech isn't the sole villain, it's the gaps in maintenance and regulation that amplify the risks. The government's pushing reforms. Lower MRO taxes, new laws, but enforcement is the real test. Without it, India's skies stay vulnerable. That's the story from Ahmedabad. A tragedy, yes, but also a warning. Subscribe to Prism Bharat for more, because India's future deserves the truth.